السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم أيها الطلاب الكرام. اليوم سنأخذ الدرس التاسع الجزء الخامس. Today we're going to take lesson 9 part 5 and we're going to try to take the remaining part of the chapter inshallah. We left off on السؤال الثالث. We left on the third question and now we're going to go to السؤال الرابع. جلس الطالب خلف محمد. We have the word جديد. We have the word جديد, new. And we need to make it match the منعوت, the thing being described or the person being described. جلس الطالب جديد. جلس الطالب الجديد. You must add alif and lam to match the منعوت. And the word that we're adding is the نعت. خلف محمد. So, جلس الطالب. You remember when we said that when we have a verb, you have the fi'l, the verb. And we said there has to be after it a fa'il, the one doing the action. So here it says جلس الطالب, right? We also said that sometimes, not sometimes, but there's always this huwa for these types of verbs, this three-letter verb. So is it جلس هو الطالب? No. Here we have huwa is not necessary here, so it is not going to be there. We're going to erase it. The only time huwa is going to be there is when there is not a clear fa'il. There is not a, what do you call it? A fa'il mentioned, somebody doing the action mentioned. That's the only time we're going to add huwa. So right here, you're not going to have huwa. But right here, and I have this in parentheses because it's implied but it's not written. So جلس الطالب, the student sat. See how we brought this first? The student sat. You're not going to say sat the student. جلس هو, he sat, even though we read from right to left. And by the way, whenever you start a sentence with a verb, you're going to say this is the fi'l and this is the fa'il. Fa'il is always marfu'. Fa'il is marfu'. If he's doing the action, he's marfu'. And the fi'l, it's going to be a verb, and if it's a past tense verb, فعل ماض, past tense verb is going to be مبني. This is مبني, it doesn't change. All right? You're going to say, wait, where's the مبتدا? Where's the خبر? Because over here you said فعل ماضي مبني. And this is فاعل مرفوع, right? Say, where's the مبتدأ and خبر? This is جملة فعلية. This is a verbal sentence. Verbal sentences are made up of فعل and فاعل. جملة اسمية is a nominal sentence. This is the one that has مبتدأ and خبر. Okay? So, if the sentence begins with a verb, it's a جملة فعلية. If the sentence begins with a noun, it's a jumla ismiya. So if I was to switch this one, الطالب جلس. This sentence will move from a fi'l and a fa'il to a mubtada and a khabar. All right? Here becomes the mubtada. Jalasa has its implied word of huwa. That's just huwa there. I'm just running out of space. Okay? So can we say jalasa, the verb, is the khabar? No. The entire verbal sentence is going to be the khabar. Because we said khabar can be a singular word, it could be a partial sentence, or it could be a complete sentence. This is a complete sentence, jalasa, he sat. Okay, so that's what happens when the word begins with a verb. You're going to say, I need to find the fi'l and the fa'il. If the word begins with a noun, a ism, you're going to say, I need to find the mubtada and the khabar. So you're going to say, al-fi'lu wal-fa'ilu fi mahalli raf'in khabar. All right? Both of these together are the khabar. That's the grammar, and that's all you're going to get, and it's a lot. Number 5. Actually, let's explain number 4. جلس الطالب الجديد خلف الإمام or خلف محمد. ما معنى خلف محمد? Behind Muhammad. Number 5. من الولد طويل. You see, الولد طويل has to match it. الولد الطويل. Okay. من الولد الطويل الذي خرج الآن. الآن is a ظرف زمان, which means now. الآن is ظرف زمان, which means now. من الفصل. Who is the tall boy that left now from the classroom? سادس. سؤال السادس. عمار ولد قصير. ما معنى قصير? Short. قصير معناه short. عمار ولد قصير. No need to add alif and lam here. Number 7. فيصل طبيب شهير. ما معنى شهير؟ شهير معناه famous or renowned. Number 8. لمن هذا السرير? Whose is this bed? Now we have the word مكسور. لمن هذا السرير مكسور? No. Has to match. منعوت. النعت. منعوت meaning the one being described. نعت being the description or the adjective. He said, لمن هذا السرير السرير. Now we have the word مكسور. المكسور. لمن هذا السرير المكسور. السؤال التاسع, number 9. هذا قلم مكسور. Right? This is قلم مكسور. Do we add L? قلم doesn't have L, so مكسور shouldn't have L. Whose is? This is a broken pencil or pen. السؤال العاشر. أين السكين? Where is the knife? حاد. ما معنى حاد? Sharp. So we have السكين and it has to match sharp. So alif and lam is on سكين. We're describing it with sharp. Alif and lam must be on al-had. أين السكين الحاد? Where's the sharp knife? Number 11. لمن هذه السيارة? And we have the word جميلة. لمن هذه السيارة جميلة. لمن means whose is this, and then we have the word car and beautiful. السيارة has alif and lam, so therefore جميلة must have alif and lam. لمن هذه السيارة الجميلة. لمن هذه السيارة الجميلة. Whose is this beautiful car? اقرأ. Actually التمرين الثالث says اقرأ, read. And it's just pointing out الذي, and we're just going to go ahead and read through these because all of the descriptions and all of the explanation has already come before and everything has already been translated. So you should know most of these words, if not all of them. Number one, الطالب الذي, the student which has, the student who, الطالب الذي خرج من الفصل الآن من Indonesia. I don't want to say Indonesia. Indonesia. In Arabic, I say Indonesia. The student that just left, or the student that left from the classroom now, is from Indonesia. السؤال الثاني الكتاب الذي على المكتب. الكتاب and الذي. The book which is on, the book that is on, right? الكتاب الذي على المكتب. مكتب is desk or office. للمدرس. It is for the mudarris. The book that is on the desk is for the mudarris, or it belongs to the mudarris. السؤال الثالث لمن هذا القلم الجميل. See the نعت المنعوت. القلم الجميل. Whose is this beautiful pen? الذي على المكتب. Right? الذي على المكتب. The one that is on the desk. Remember how we're talking about, it says, who's this beautiful pen that is on the maktab? You see, that is on the desk is the silat al-mawsul. It's the thing that's being attributed to the previous sentence or being related to that previous sentence. Number 4, al-bayt al-kabiru. The big house. الذي في ذلك الشارع. That is on that street. للوزير. Wazir is minister. The big house that is on that street, or the big house which is on that street, is the wazirs. And number 5, السرير الذي في الغرفة. I'm sorry, السرير الذي في غرفة خالد مكسور. The bed that is on, the bed which is in Khalid's room is broken. So right there they have a little box that says baytun and jadidun. They're just trying to show you that the two words have to match up. They have to match up in singular and plural, definite and indefinite. They have to match up in the nahu, meaning if one's marfu', they're both marfu'. They have to match up in gender, that is masculine and feminine. Those are the 4 things that na'at and man'ut have to match up in. And lastly, at the bottom, they have al-kalimat al-jadida. Al-maktaba is the library. Al-an is now. Al-mirwaha is a fan. Al-mustawsaf is a clinic. Al-madrasatu al-thanawiyya is secondary school, which is like high school. Al-wazir is minister, and shahirun is famous or renowned, and hadun is sharp. وبهذا أنهينا الدرس التاسع. And with this, we've concluded lesson 9. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وإلى اللقاء والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.